Hey, why the sudden return, you old disabled hag? I thought you were having a blast at the party. Oh, and by the way, I'm guessing your entire body must reek like a garbage dump after that special shower you got with trash thrown all over you. Talk about a stinky situation, huh?
Pardon me, but may I ask who I'm speaking with?
Hey, don't tell me you've completely forgotten about me already. I'm one of the dudes who dumped that trash can full of garbage on you at the party. Ringing any bells now, you crippled old woman?
Alright, I get it. So you're one of the folks from the party who played that prank on me. Why did you do that to me, young man? I don't believe I have done anything to offend you. I hope you have a good reason behind such an act. Please, explain. I'm all ears.
No particular reason, it's just that I hate losers. Plain and simple. Especially losers who can't walk and need to use those stupid wheelchairs to get around. Your whole existence is a disgrace to humanity and a burden on the people around you. Do you actually think our society has place for people like you? Why don't you just disappear completely?
I was suspicious of your motives when you asked for my contact information, but I was still hoping that you had a better explanation. Maybe you were having a rough day and needed someone to vent your frustrations on. Perhaps, after realizing the impact of your actions, you regretted them and wanted to apologize. However, it's clear now that you only wanted to reach out to mock me further. If I were in your shoes, I would reflect on my behavior and offer an apology to the person I wronged.
OMG, you invalid old bat. Are you for real? Who do you think you are to lecture me like this? Without that wheelchair, you'll be nothing but a helpless lump of flesh rotting in bed, waiting for other people to come and wipe your butt. So tell me, are you planning to dress up as Professor X for Halloween or what? I just came up with that joke on the spot. Pretty hilarious, huh? Of course, my sense of humor is always on point.
Well, it appears that the sense of humor has evolved quite a bit among the younger generation if these types of jokes are considered entertaining. Times have certainly changed, haven't they?
You're really trying to act all tough, huh, Granny? Well, here's a thought. My friends and I are throwing a Halloween party, and we're in need of some entertainment. So how about it? Why don't you come to our party and put on a freak show or something? No worries, I'll make sure to throw some pity money your way for your hard work.
I must say, young man, your behavior towards me has been rather unkind. My name is Harmony, by the way. Before we continue, could you at least share your name with me? It's a basic form of greeting, you know, and it would be appreciated.
Oh, you're asking for my name now, Granny? Why should I bother telling you? Just know that I'm the kind of person who would do whatever it takes to get rid of trash like you from our society. Got it?
Very well. Listen, you're young, and your entire future is ahead of you. If you continue to cling to this attitude of yours, you won't make much progress in life. That's a small piece of advice I have for you. Of course, the decision to take it or not is entirely up to you.
Oh, come on. More of these pointless lectures? As if I even have time for that. Listen up. I want a straight answer from you. Why on earth did you have the audacity to show up at my dad's exclusive party? It's a fancy, sophisticated event reserved for only the closest people in his life. Like me, his one and only son.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that you're Mr. Edwards' son? Bruce? Is that really you?
Yep, that's me. The legendary Bruce. Soon to be CEO of a multi-million-dollar company and the greatest boss ever, of course. Hold up a sec. How did you know my name? I don't recall mentioning it before. Let me rack my brain for a moment. Ah, I get it now. Ha! You're just as I pictured you!
I'm curious, what was your impression of me?
So you've been plotting to crash my dad's party for ages, huh? And you've even gone to the extent of digging into our family history just to make sure you fit in unnoticed. How on earth did a wheelchair-bound loser like you manage to slip into my dad's party? Did you bribe the security guard or something? What's your actual plan here? Are you trying to rob us or what? You sneaky thief? Alright, spill the beans and tell me the truth, or else I swear I'll call the cops on you.
Look, I have no intentions of sneaking into the party to steal or engage in any wrongdoing. Your father invited me to attend as one of the guests of honor. Before making any accusations, it's important to verify the facts. I understand that appearances can be deceiving. And while you and your friends may look elegant, it's crucial to align your actions and behavior with that appearance.
Wait, seriously? You're one of my dad's special guests? Okay, enough with the jokes. Oh, I get it. You're in a wheelchair, so you must have some kind of brain issue, like you're mentally retarded or something. I know you're stupid, but if you're gonna lie to someone, at least come up with a more believable tale next time, alright? Stupid old hag.
Why don't you think more rationally? As you mentioned, it was a private party, so if I truly wasn't invited, wouldn't the security guards have asked me to leave?
How am I supposed to know? Are you part of the janitorial staff for the party? Wait, but why did my dad even hire an invalid mule like you to handle the cleaning tasks? Does he really lack staff? He's the CEO of a large multinational corporation. I'm sure he has more than enough money to hire a proper janitor, not a retarded cripple like you.
I don't mean to offend the janitorial crew, but I'm not actually part of them. As I mentioned before, your father personally invited me to the party, and I saw no reason to decline. I think there's been a significant misunderstanding here, Bruce. You didn't take the time to check with your dad and learn who I am. Instead, you acted upon your prejudice towards people with disabilities like myself and emptied the waste bin on me while I was alone in the garden, just before the party was about to begin.
Obviously, I had to do what was necessary to protect my family. I'm a caring and considerate person, you know? I can't just let some random invalid moron infiltrate my family's private party and ruin it. Do you even realize how crucial this party is for me? It's the perfect moment to introduce my girlfriend to my dad. I'm telling you, she's the one I'm gonna marry and spend the rest of my days alongside.
I'm glad that you've found someone whom you want to build a life with. However, I must ask, do you genuinely believe that this young woman would accept a person who engages in immature behavior by mocking and mistreating individuals with disabilities?
What are you even saying? Obviously my girlfriend's gonna be on my side, no doubt. She's part of the elite squad and comes from a family with an impressive background. Her mom is actually the big boss of a huge company and has been working closely with my dad for ages. Of course she won't be thrilled to see a disabled weirdo strutting around the party in her dumb wheelchair. If you had stayed any longer, you would have totally killed the vibe for everyone.
Look, if you keep refusing to give me a proper apology, I'll be left with no alternative but to discuss this matter with your father. I'm well aware that he wouldn't be pleased with such behavior. Now, Bruce, what do you have to say in response to this?
Oh, should I be shaking in my boots from your empty threats? Give it your best shot, Miss Disabled Brain. See what a person who's butt glued to the wheelchair can do to me. I bet you don't even have a clue who my dad is, let alone his contact information.
Mrs. Clare, may I ask where you've been? I noticed you came out of the room before the party began, but you haven't returned since then. I've been looking for you everywhere, but I couldn't see you.
I apologize, Mr. Edward. But there was an incident that required my immediate attention, so I had to leave and go home. I hope you can understand the situation and forgive my unexpected absence.
That's perfectly fine, Mrs. Clare. May I ask if your daughter has already returned and is currently with you at home?
Yes, I reached out to her to talk about the incident, and we're both safely at home now.
I hope I don't cause any distress. But would you tell me what actually happened? I'm really concerned for your well-being.
I understand. So, I left the party room to take a breath of fresh air in the garden. But on my way back, a group of unfamiliar young men suddenly appeared and tipped over the rubbish bin onto me. That's why I had no choice but to ask my daughter to accompany me home so I could change my clothes.
Oh my goodness. Did that unfortunate incident truly happen to you? I'm deeply sorry for what you went through. I had no idea. Do you still remember what these people looked like?
Well, I didn't pay too much attention since they took me by surprise. However, I do recall one guy who stood out in a green suit. After the incident, he came up to me and requested my contact information, expressing his intention to apologize and cover the cost of my laundry. Strangely enough, he even claimed to be Bruce, your son.
What? Bruce, my son? Are you certain he made that claim?
I wasn't entirely certain if he truly was your son or not. So, to verify, I asked him once again if he was referring to Mr. Edward as his father, as he confirmed that he is indeed your son. Honestly, I find it difficult to believe that Bruce would be involved in such an incident. I remember him as a little angel when I last met him.
I can't believe my son would do something so vile to you. I'm deeply embarrassed by his actions, and I don't even know what to say right now. Did he give you any explanation for why he did it?
He confessed that he did it out of pure hatred towards me and because I use a wheelchair. He also made other hurtful remarks, such as accusing me of attending the party with the intention of stealing money from you.
What? That's absolutely unacceptable. I can't fathom how Bruce could harbor such hateful feelings and prejudices towards a person with a disability, especially considering that you're the very person who saved his life. Bruce's behavior is completely intolerable, and I'll make sure to have a serious conversation with him about this matter. Please understand that you'll always be regarded as a hero to my family, and we will never forget the kindness you extended to us.
Well, that incident occurred quite a few years ago, Mr. Edward, so there's no need to bring it up. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to save the life of an innocent child. Honestly, I have no regrets about it. If given the choice, I would still willingly sacrifice my ability to walk in order to save Bruce's life.
It still breaks my heart to think about the pain and challenges you have endured and continue to face. Mrs. Clare, you are a true hero, and our family will forever be indebted to you for your brave and selfless act of saving my son's life in that car crash. What my son did today is absolutely inexcusable, and I assure you that I'll make him apologize to you personally.
Please don't blame yourself, Mr. Edward. I must also take some responsibility. Ever since my husband and I made the decision to expand our business, we became consumed by work and had very little time for anything else. Naturally, our daughter Lauren demanded a lot of our attention as she was growing up. The last time I saw Bruce, he was just a young child. It's understandable that he may have completely forgotten about my presence in his life.
Please don't worry about it, Mrs. Clare. I completely understand your situation. You have your company, your family, and your personal life to attend to. However, the fact that you still send me postcards from time to time, asking about Bruce and our family, shows that you still think about us, and it truly touches my heart. Rest assured, Mrs. Clare, Bruce will eventually realize the gravity of his mistakes and face the repercussions of his actions.
Hello, is this Mrs. Clare? This is Bruce speaking, Mr. Edward's son.
Hello, Bruce. Yes, it's me, Mrs. Clare. You can call me Harmony, as I introduced myself to you last time. So, how can I help you this time?
Could you please try to be a bit more warm and approachable with me, Mrs. Claire, or should I say Harmony? I'm aware that I made a foolish mistake, and I genuinely want to express my apologies for my impulsive behavior.
Bruce, could you please clarify exactly what mistake you're referring to?
Harmony, I believe you're already aware of the situation. Please, let's not make it any more difficult for me.
Since you're offering an apology, I think it's fair for me to understand what exactly you're apologizing for, isn't it? Besides, my age is catching up to me, and occasionally things tend to slip from my memory.
Okay, I'm sorry for dumping the garbage from the trash can on you. Are you satisfied now? Wow, it's surprising that you still give me a tough time even when I'm genuinely trying to apologize.
And? Is there anything else you feel the need to apologize for, Bruce?
What else? I didn't do anything else wrong besides that.
You definitely did something, Bruce. Try to recall the events that followed.
You're talking about those texts I sent you after I dumped all that trash on you? They were just some light-hearted and harmless jokes. Don't tell me you actually took them seriously. I mean, come on, you're not that thin-skinned and vengeful, right?
Bruce, you can't just dismiss hurtful words as harmless jokes. That's not how it works. You directly insulted both me and my disability. Your words pierced through me like a sharp knife. It's important for you to take responsibility for your mistake and genuinely apologize to me. But please, only say sorry if you truly mean it. I don't want to accept an empty apology without any sincerity behind it.
Look, I'm sorry, alright? What else do you want me to do? My dad even said he'd cover the cost of your clothes, so what else is there to discuss? I know you're the one who saved my life in that car crash when I was a little kid, right? My dad spilled all the deets to me. You're like an angel on earth. The most selfless and forgiving person I've ever come across. Harmony, I admire you so much. I wish I could be as awesome as you.
Thanks for your kind words, Bruce. I really appreciate it.
Hey, how about this? I'll invite you over to my place so we can have a face-to-face apology. Texting just doesn't cut it, you know? I really want us to have a mature conversation and work things out together, like adults. You know what? I'll even whip up a special gift to show how grateful I am to you. So, do you happen to have some free time tomorrow?
Tomorrow is actually a work day for me, but I don't have too many pressing tasks, so I believe I can manage my schedule and make it to your place.
No way, seriously? That's freaking awesome! So, does that mean you're cool with my apology and agree to come to my place? That's what I'm talking about. You're the best, Harmony!
After all, holding on to grudges for too long isn't healthy. I'd much rather let go, move forward, and start anew rather than dwelling on the past.
That's amazing! So, how about 10 a.m. tomorrow at my place? Sounds good? I'll let my taxi driver know to swing by your spot and pick you up.
That's really kind of you, and 10 a.m. works well for me too.
Thanks for giving me a shot at making things right. See you tomorrow at my place. Can't wait. Harmony, you sly fox! Why'd you pull a fast one on me like that? Why did my dad randomly pop out of the blue?
What's so surprising? Did you honestly expect me to accept your apology without hesitation and agree to meet you without any precautions? Of course I had to come up with a plan to protect myself from whatever you had in mind.
But how did you figure out I was gonna pull some sneaky move on you? Are you like a mind reader or something? I mean, I was pouring my heart out in that text when I apologized to you the other day. And I totally thought you bought into it.
Well, you could say it's a mix of intuition and learned lessons as a woman and a mother. After our last incident, I realized I needed to be more cautious. So, I asked your dad to secretly set up a live camera in the living room, with him keeping an eye on us from his home office.
Wait, hold up. Are you saying this whole thing was your setup?
And, just as I had suspected, you did end up pulling some kind of prank. You handed me a gift box, claiming it was a special gift to make up for your past actions, but inside was a dead rat. You laughed and mocked me, pointing your finger until your dad's angry voice stopped you in your tracks. Tell me, Bruce, why did you even do all that?
Now you're answering me that question? You ratted me out to my dad just because you had some trash dumped on your head and made him give me an abrasive tongue lashing. What a venomous snake you are. All you wanted was to humiliate me, right? I can just picture you chuckling to yourself thinking about how I got an earful from my dad. Just the thought of it makes my blood boil. Of course I had to get back at you for that.
And did you honestly think your father would just let things go after finding out that you didn't acknowledge your mistake and even attempted to prank me again?
Oh my god, you crafty old witch. What on earth did you whisper in my dad's ear to make him completely take your side? He's my dad. He should be backing me up, not you. This just doesn't make any sense at all.
I see. So it was your way of seeking revenge on me for getting scolded by your dad, right? Well then, why don't you fill me in, Bruce? How did things work out for you in the end?
Are you mocking me right now? You have no idea how mad my dad was. He straight up told me I gotta pack my bags and move out of his fancy mansion by the end of the week. And guess what? I'm banned from working at his company anymore too. Can you freaking believe it? I'll have no place to crash and no job to pay the bills. This is all on you, you piece of trash. You've totally wrecked my life, so you better be ready to pay for all of this.
Before you start pointing fingers at others, why don't you take a good hard look at yourself and what you've done? You mocked my disability, dumped a whole trash can on my head, and even pretended to apologize only to pull another mean prank on me. Do you honestly think your behavior is acceptable in any way? I had hoped that after realizing the truth, you would change your behavior and act like a responsible adult. But unfortunately, you're still the same as before. I must say, I'm deeply disappointed in you, Bruce.
The truth? What truth are you talking about? The truth that you saved my life by taking the hit from that car and ended up paralyzed yourself? Do you really expect me to bow down and be all grateful to you? Should I worship you for your so-called heroic act? Quit being lame, you pathetic old hag. I never asked for your help, alright? You did it all on your own, so I don't owe you a thing. Fact still remains that you're still a wheelchair-bound loser, and you'll never become one of us.
I'm surprised that you're still talking all tough after knowing that you'll no longer be able to live a fancy lifestyle. It seems like you're quite a tough guy, huh? I must admit, you've earned my respect for that.
Yeah, who needs my dad when I've got a future spouse who's loaded? Once I marry into Lauren's family, I'll be rolling in dough again. Ha ha ha!
Alright, if that's the path you're determined to take, then I won't argue any further. Just a friendly reminder. Be prepared to say goodbye to your marriage with Lauren, because you won't have any chance to be with her.
What? Who do you think you are to decide whether I can marry Lauren or not? You're not her mother, so shut your filthy mouth and get out of my way, you stupid moron!
Well, hate to burst your bubble, but I am indeed Lauren's mother.
Huh? You're actually Lauren's mom? What kind of twisted joke is this? How is that even possible? Nah, you must be messing with me, right? Please tell me you're just pulling my leg.
Unfortunately for you, it's true. When she found out about what you did to me, she was utterly speechless. Trust me, she was so furious that she was on the verge of confronting you face to face for a physical altercation. I had to do everything in my power to calm her down and prevent her from crossing any boundaries.
No way, I can't believe it. That explains why she bailed on the party so fast and hasn't bothered to respond to any of my calls or texts. Hold up. You're telling me you're Lauren's mom? Then you must also be my dad's business partner, the woman who runs that huge company.
I am indeed one of your dad's most significant business partners. I'm relieved to see that you finally grasped that fact. I decided to meet up with you in person, hoping things would take a positive turn. However, instead of acknowledging your mistakes, you went ahead and attempted to further ridicule me by presenting me with a gift box containing a dead rat. It was your own actions that ruined the last opportunity for redemption. So, good luck navigating your way through everything on your own. Neither your dad nor Lauren will be there to support you.
No, please don't tell me this is true. Please, Harmony, can you do me a favor and convince Lauren to give our relationship another shot? She just texted me saying she wants absolutely nothing to do with me anymore. Can you believe it? She claims she was totally mistaken about me all along and that I'm not even worthy of being her boyfriend. What's that even supposed to mean? Lauren has absolutely no clue what she's missing out on. She has no idea how awesome I am. I'm sorry, okay? Just help me out this time. I swear I'll treat you better from now on.
Are you genuinely apologizing? Or is this just something you're saying without much thought behind it?
I'm dead serious, Harmony. I'm begging you. Can you please work your magic and make Lauren see reason so she'll come back to me? I'm telling you, I can't survive without her. She's my everything, and we need to be together forever. I swear, if you can convince Lauren to give our relationship another shot, I'll go above and beyond to fulfill your every wish. What do you want? Money, fame, sweet rides, designer threads, or bling? Just name it, and I'll make it happen in a flash.
I understand that you're sorry, but you can't force someone to love you. Besides, I don't really need anything specific from you. I'm content with my life, and most of the things you mentioned, I can get for myself. So, if you genuinely recognize your mistakes and are remorseful for what you did, I'm happy for you. However, I can't help you in convincing Lauren to give your relationship another chance. Ultimately, it's the mess you created, so it's up to you to take responsibility and fix it.
Come on, Harmony. Can't you see how much effort I put into trying to make things right? I practically begged for your forgiveness, going all out and even getting down on my hands and knees. But apparently that's still not enough for you? Can you please be a bit less self-centered and consider the people around you once in a while?
Self-centered? It appears that you haven't truly grasped the lesson yet. Considering the way you're speaking to me and attempting to shift the blame onto others for your own mistakes. If that's the case, I highly doubt my daughter would have any interest in being associated with you, let alone becoming your spouse. In any case, I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Whoa, hold up. It was just a slip of the tongue. I didn't mean any of that stuff I said earlier. Please, Harmony, I'm desperate here. I can't handle living like a pauper. I need my luxurious lifestyle back. Can you talk to my dad and convince him to take me back in? Or maybe, just maybe, you could persuade Lauren to accept my apology and give me another chance. Harmony, are you still there? I'm seriously counting on your help, Harmony!
In the end, Bruce had no other option but to leave his father's house. The little money his dad gave him barely covered the first month's rent for a shabby old apartment. From then on, he struggled to find work and had to settle for a part-time job just to make ends meet. Ironically, the job he landed involved caring for people with disabilities at a facility. I guess it's a fitting consequence for Bruce, considering how he looked down on those less fortunate than him. Despite everything, Bruce's father and I still maintain contact. He genuinely apologized and even invited me over to his place from time to time. As for me and Lauren, we're still going strong as mother and daughter. From the very beginning, my husband has been my pillar of strength. Even after the accident that robbed me of my ability to walk, he made the unwavering choice to stand by my side, enduring all of life's challenges together with me. I know that no matter what happens, we'll always support each other through thick and thin.